Welcome back to Dolor Factor Live. Well, we are joined now by Minelva, Julian from Illuminese, and also Skin Science as well, right? I know that I've seen you between both. So thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
And it's always a pleasure when I have to say, when I deal with professionals and people who know their stuff, and I've got two of them right here. So I'm a very happy bunny today. All right, so Minelva, skin. What is it about skin that makes it remain healthy?
It's all about the way that you care for the skin, right? The way that you cleanse, what you do after you cleanse, whether you use the proper ingredients, and not just the proper ingredients, but also the time of day. Most ingredients are meant to be used only at night, but most times with lack of knowledge, you find persons using it during the day without a sunscreen, and that can cause damage to the skin.
We spoke about, or we mentioned sunscreen before, but let's talk about the real basics of cleaning the skin. I mean, what's wrong with good old soap and water?
Well, again, that's what we all know, soap and water. But when you're keen on skincare, right, then that's where the active ingredients comes in. What would soap and water do to the skin versus using probably a cleanser with glycolic acid, what it will do to the skin? I'm sure most times when you use just soap and water to cleanse the skin, after you feel that the skin is very tight and dry, that is because you have just stripped the skin of its acid mantle. But when you're actually using something with probably glycolic acid, salicylic acid, based on your skin's condition, you tend to feel the difference, that the skin is smoother, it's at ease, it's not tight.
I mean, I use Glytone. I love Glytone. I've used all different things, but I get back to Glytone all the time because I don't know whether I should say this, but I will, because I'm sure lots of women out there, they think, should they do it as well or not? But after like a night like tonight, when I've got a lot of makeup, I tend to try and I wipe it off first, and then I like put some like facial cream sometimes to get it off. Oh gosh, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh god. Okay, and then I put my Glytone wash on, and I lather it and so on, and I'm really happy with it. Should I refrain from taking it off without taking off with water or a facial soap? Should I just directly put my Glytone on?
Well, if it's a case where you're wearing makeup, right, there are facial wipes that you can use to at least remove some of the makeup. And here is where the Glytone cleanser comes in, because one of the active ingredients in this is glycolic acid. Most persons, they're more on the cream side. Most persons, they really like the foam from the cleanser. So again, we do have both the cream and also the foam based cleansers, and you do get the exfoliation from it. However, we always advise persons to use a toner, because if you're one who normally use heavy makeup, most times the cleanser, it doesn't really get off everything. So here is where a toner comes in to really remove the excess residue that have been left behind from the cleanser on the skin.
Okay, and then of course you moisturize after that.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people think that moisturizing is just putting oil into the skin, and then oil is what's going to give you your pimples and stuff, because you have your oil and then you perhaps, if you're not going to sleep, it's morning and you moisturize and you put your makeup on. Why would people think that, and what is the job of a moisturizer?
The job of a moisturizer is really to hydrate the skin. Most times, based on one's skin's condition, sometimes you have extremely dry skin. That's where the moisturizer comes in, to hydrate the skin. Most times your skin doesn't have to be dry. You can have the little oils. What most persons tend to do, they tend to strip the skin of the oils, but the oils are actually essential in the skin, especially when a person is aging. Say you have someone who comes in at probably the age of 50, the skin is oily. You wouldn't give the person probably something to strip off the oils, because the oils are indeed essentials.
And what about, because you mentioned earlier that you did your Aria. Is that a similar kind of skincare?
Well, no, Aria is a cosmetic range.
The cosmetic range. Oh, yes, that's right. It's a cosmetic range.
Color ranges for the color range for the lips and for the lids. In fact, I've branded Lèvres Chaudes, which is French for hot lips, and we have very potent colors, and they're very, very beautiful, and cobalt blue and peppermint green and magenta.
I saw some of that
Yes,
last
they're
night at the
beautiful.
fashion
Yes,
the
we
show.
experimented with them. At Carnival, actually, we did some for some of the section leaders, and we used some last night at the show at Fashion Fusion at the mall. But I just feel that the makeup has to represent us in the Caribbean, and we need to be very brave and adventurous in our color coding on the face. And sometimes you might want your lip to pop, you might want your lid to pop, but it's not about making a mask, it's about making a statement. And I think statements are all related to your personality, where you're going, when you're going, what time of day you're going, whom you're going to interact with, and all of these define what you should do on the face. And that's what the joy in makeup wearing is. Joy in makeup wearing is, how do I characterize myself using the face that I have, you know? And so that's where I experimented over the years, and that's what keeps me always feeling something fresh happening and always trying to do something a little different. So you come up with pointers on your own, you know? So I would do a face much quicker than somebody else who's doing a textbook face and still achieve the same result.
Yeah, but you know what? You can only, I think, you can only get the result that you want if you've got a good skin to begin working with.
And just now you were talking about the moisturizing, and the moisturizing promotes elasticity, tonicity, suppleness. So you would see a lot of people from the Caribbean, when they're older, they don't look as haggard as a temperate climate face at the same age, because of that drying that has been going on with the changing seasons per year, you know. And so what we think is grease and oil is one of the things that maintains the youth. My mother is quite older than people think she is, and the people that she limes with are 10, 20 years younger than she is, and it's because of that maintenance of her skin, you know, and always using to moisturize, always doing moisturizing in the evening before going to bed.
No, I must bring up acne, because looking in the break at some of the comments we heard already, a lot of people are talking about acne. They say they clean their face, but the acne just keeps on coming. I think a lot of people have said that. I know I've done that when I was younger, and it just keeps coming. What can we do when it comes to preventing acne, and also when we have acne, how can we try and get rid of it?
Okay, in terms of acne, acne can range from mild to moderate to severe. Apart from genetics, apart from excess sebum production, when combined with bacteria, along with dead skin cells, and also dirt, it does cause the acne problem. What one can do, most times we tend to use, and most times that's what we know, just go to the pharmacy, get something, and we tend to cleanse our skin, hoping for some sort of results. But when you really go in depth, then that's where the active ingredients comes in. One with acne should include products with salicylic acid, products with benzoyl peroxide to help kill the acne causing bacteria, also glycolic acid to constantly exfoliate the skin, remove all of the dead unproductive skin cells from the surface of the skin. And apart from the active ingredients, they can also include procedures into the regimen, because what you do at home, yes, it's important, but at least you can do something mechanical. You can do a little more, like the microdermabrasion, which is another mechanical exfoliating treatment that helps remove the dead skin cells from the surface of the skin. And at the clinic, we perform the microdermabrasion. We do both just the regular microdermabrasion and the microdermabrasion facial, which includes the mask, the extractions. But the main thing, we carry two forms of microdermabrasion, where we have the procedure, which includes a stream of crushed mineral crystals, and also we have the diamond tip. But it all depends on one's skin's condition at the time, then we determine which method that we use.
And how often should people consider having those kind of procedures?
The microdermabrasion, it can be done at least 3 to 4 weeks apart. Also, with the chemical peel, most of the at-home ingredients that one will use, like the glycolic acid, the salicylic acid, the mandelic acid, these are the acids that we use for the chemical peels as well. And again, it does help to exfoliate the skin. Based on one's skin's condition, if we're doing a light peel, you wouldn't see the peeling. The peeling happens on a microscopic level. However, we do carry like the stronger strength where one will actually see the skin shedding, and that's a wonderful thing.
I had one this week. I had a peel. It was marvelous. I could not believe it. I was actually thinking, oh my gosh, when I have my face clean, I won't be able to go out there because, you know, I want to put my makeup on. Everyone's going to see that I haven't got makeup. But I have to say, when I did it and I looked, I have to, Catherine showed me this, gave me this mirror, and at the top of it said, wow. And I'm like, oh, wow. Yes, it is. It was wow. That wow effect when you look into the mirror and you see your skin. And, you know, I thought, well, for a woman my age, I haven't been doing too badly here. But I have to say, it's because I have been looking after my skin. I have been coming to Illuminese to make sure that I understand what's happening. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think it works well for male faces because there is that 5 o'clock shadow kind of dark skin that happens with the shaving all the time, and there has been a reduction in that discoloration that happens from the constant shaving. At first, when I did it, I did the same feeling I had when I was coming outside. It's going to open up my pores and I'm going to look like, you know, very rough. But that was not the case. And the week after, I noticed there was a clear indication there is an evening on the skin tone.
Yeah, and I think another thing that other people should consider when it comes to the skin, a lot of us, we have blackheads. And people don't understand the difference between blackheads and whiteheads, because the whiteheads are actually called blackheads, aren't they? Or blackheads, whiteheads, or see what I mean? Clarify blackheads and whiteheads for us.
Okay, most times when most times you don't have to do any facial expression. Most times you see them to the top of the nose. When you touch the nose or when you feel the nose, it feels very ashy, especially hair to the lower chin. With the whiteheads, you can actually see that they're white, right? However, with the blackheads, what it is just because that oxygen have reached into the pores, that's what turns it black. But you can actually see it, just like it's on the skin as a blackhead. So you can really see, right? I think the confusion, most persons mistake the whitehead with the milia. That's the confusion.
All right, clarify them then.
The milia is more like the white ones are white, and the milia, they're kind of like not really the size of a mole, but a little smaller than a mole.
Okay.
Right. Where the dermatologist deals with these.
I have to say, I like when I go to Illuminese, although it's painful, and do the face and push up the nose, because you know.
Yes, they did that with me.
Oh my God! It's like you feel the first time you feel slightly embarrassed because push up the nose and all this stuff comes out, and I mean, people will laugh, and some people may say, "What, Delia? Why are you saying that?" But a lot of us have it, and I know that actually in relationships, partners do it for each other. You know, they push up the nose and everything comes up. You know, and then I remember when I used to do it a few years ago, when I used to do it myself, I'd do it so much the next morning, all my nose would be sore. It really, really sore. Now, should we do that? Is there any harm in pushing up the nostrils and taking everything out that way?
Definitely we should not.
Why not? Because I mean, we're taking it out. That's what we want, right?
The reason being, technology has increased. That's why we carry our Glytone line, our Replenics line, and again, the active ingredients in these products, they do the work for you. They exfoliate the skin, so you don't have to go digging up on the skin. Exactly.
You're laughing, but you know, I mean, a lot of us. I mean, and the thing about it is, what people don't realize is that if you don't clean your nose, especially properly, these whiteheads, you can put as much foundation, it still comes through, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
It's still like these little spiky things come through, and then so you take it off and you start doing that again, and then you put the makeup on top of it, and then you're making it dirty. So it's like a chain reaction, really. You know. So I think that with the new year coming, because people always think about new year, new you. You know, I want to, you know, feel good, look good. I think it's something to consider. Perhaps, you know. Say to people for this Christmas, I want to try one of these services. I want to, you know, I want to get my face, get my face to a level where I want to start cleaning it properly, you know, and you can actually go to Skin Science and Illuminese and you'll get that and other things as well. So of course this is Dolor Factor Live. When we come back, we're going to, if you'd like to give us a call and talk about your skin or anything that worries you about your skin, we'll give you an opportunity to give us a call and we'll read out some of your questions. So stay with us, we'll be right back.